大家好，又是想在40岁间吃遍中国所有的美食的夏波波。Hello， 大家好，我是想在40岁间吃遍中国所有的美食的夏波波。Yeah, that hurt so much. Who invented this shit? Why? Why would anyone do that? 大家好，我是现在40岁间吃遍中国所有的美食的夏波波。Do we know how hard it is to be a mother? This is my crib. Smells good. John T!
Oh, hi, avocado.
Yes, boom! I'm a makeup vlogger. Can't leave for new girls.
I think I'm going nuts already.
I was hitchhiking, eating beans and rice every day, and like hitchhiking and like couch surfing. So I wasn't spending any money. I was like 穷游, like around Europe. I went through like 10, 12 different countries in that time, and then I ran out of money. So that's when I got a job in Berlin. I worked, when I would run out of money, I would just work around. I went to Scandinavia as well. I stayed in Norway for 7 months. And then I decided that I wanted to be an actor. So I went to Australia. I went to Sydney to learn acting, screen acting. And then that's when I discovered China, because I lived next to Chinatown. I was having lunch there every day, and I just fell in love with the food and the people. So when I was in Norway, I had this very good friend of mine who was half Thai, half Icelandic. So we went to Thailand together for a month, and then we bought this camera, and we wanted to do a food channel, and we never did. We bought a camera and we never did anything about it. And so it was always in the back of my brain. I want to do this. I want to do this. And then when I came to China, I realized, you know what? Why don't I do it by myself? And that's when I started doing it, and I realized that it wasn't as easy as I thought. I wasn't getting any views on YouTube, because the idea was to show Chinese food to the rest of the world, but then no one was watching my content. I was only getting like 2 likes, my mom and my dad. You know what I mean? Like, it was super sad. It was so sad. And then one day what I did was put Chinese subtitles and uploaded it into BILIBILI. And that's when I started getting the views. People were loving my videos. Like, the Chinese audience was loving my videos. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to focus on YouTube. I'm going to focus on Chinese platforms. People are appreciating my content here. And so I started learning Chinese to be able to do them in Chinese. And around 6 months in, I started doing my videos in Chinese and getting more and more fans. Then I was in informal talks. What I did in the beginning was I did this thing called Pimsleurs. I don't know if you know that. It's like an audio lesson. Yeah. You basically download it, and it teaches you how to speak. It doesn't teach you anything about writing or reading. I did that for 3 months, and then I started doing podcasts, just listening, just input. And then just talking to people, just using it, just exposing myself to it. My first year in China was in Guangzhou, and I didn't have any foreign friends. I mean, I had some, but like most of my friends were Chinese, and everyone around me was Chinese, so I had no other choice. I cannot learn by taking lessons. My Italian is my weakest language, and I did 10 years in school of Italian. Whereas English and Chinese, I never took lessons. So I feel like my brain works like that. I need to learn by myself and just absorb input. For me, it's basically 80% food, because I have a passion for it. And for me, the way I see it is I just do things that I'm passionate about. I want that passion to bleed through my video. I want people to be able to feel that energy. So I only do things I'm passionate about. And then, for example, the no waste challenge for a week, it was because Earth Day was coming. The 24-hour pregnant challenge was because Mother's Day was coming. So I always have like inspiration from these seasonal things. And then just things that call my attention. And then now that I understand my audience more and I understand my fan base, I know what they want, and I can sort of come up with ideas. And now I also have a team working with me that help me think of things. So now it's basically a team. It's teamwork at this stage. But it's always been things like, things that catch my attention, things that I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Like, and it's a moment in which I decide I want to do a video about this. The next day I'm doing it. freaking ages. It takes way more than what I wish would take. Usually from once you have the idea, because sometimes we don't have any ideas and we make a meeting and there's like 5 of us sitting there and being like, okay, what are we going to do next? Once the idea is there, it usually takes half day of planning and writing a rough script of things that need to be filmed. Not like with the words that I need to say, but the things that need to be filmed. That takes half a day. And then usually to film it one whole day, and then edit the editing process. I don't edit anymore because it's just so annoying that the first thing I did when I started making enough money was to find an editor to help me edit the videos, which that takes her around, like a week to edit one video, a 10-minute video. Whereas the TikToks, the Douyin, I edit that myself. It takes me half an hour because it's 30-second videos. So, you know, in China, there's so many platforms and the team is always telling me, oh, you need to do this platform, you need to do that platform. And I already have 5 and they keep adding platforms. I'm like, no, I can't, my brain cannot cope with that. I cannot be posting everywhere because I'm going to go crazy. And then, yeah, back in the day, it was like, you know, like pair video. It was Jan, AC Fun, like there were so many platforms, and there still are, like Lujo, and I cannot cope. I just need to stick to 5. 5 is my maximum. I cannot do any more than that. I started recently to do like content in English for YouTube and Instagram. For me, you know, the Western platforms, I don't do Twitter. I don't understand it. I do YouTube and Instagram. So the way I see it, I have 3 types of content: long videos, short vertical videos like TikTok style, and pictures and content, just like written content. For long videos, it's, you know, Bilibili and Weibo. For short videos, it's Douyin, KUAISHOU, and then for pictures and content, is Weibo. Interesting. That's an interesting question. I don't like to see things like that, like what do they like, and then I'll do. I usually like to do what I like and hope that they like it, because I feel like sometimes if you do it too on purpose, and I'm not passionate about that, people can tell. And I feel like most of my fans like the passion that I put on my videos. And to be honest, sometimes I do a video that I'm super passionate about, and the numbers are not that good, and it's just because maybe I couldn't read my audience as well. For example, the video that I spent a whole month, 30 days training, working out, like Captain America. I thought that video was gonna kill the internet. I thought it was gonna break the internet, and it didn't. I mean, it did pretty well. It just did like my other videos, but I thought that video was gonna go viral, and it just didn't. And I was so disappointed because I spent so much time on that. I think that's what's most important, because that's the only way you're gonna break through. Like, look, for example, look at YouTube. Look at this guy David Dobrik. No one would have said, "Oh, I'm gonna be doing this kind of content and people are gonna love it." His content is like it's all over the place. You know, it's like you watch one of these videos, you're like, "What the fuck's going on?" But everyone loves him because he's so unique, and his personality. You can see that, and people want to see that. It doesn't matter what people want to see. He tells you what you want to see, because of how happy he is and how friendly and how relatable he is. So I think that's what's important. You know, yeah, you're gonna fail a lot of times. You're gonna fuck up. I can tell you right now. Like to whoever was watching this and wants to start this as a career, you're gonna fuck up. We all did, and I still do. I still do with like over 8 million fans in China. I still fuck up, and it's gonna happen. And that's the beauty of it, because one day you're gonna think you fuck up, but you actually went viral. And that's when you realize, holy shit, this works. I think Bilibili has a very strong character, whereas Weibo is more of like an official website. It's always been there, and it's just you having a Weibo account, you have that officiality, like that is very how do you call it? It's just you're very careful with what you put in Weibo. You want it to be very straightforward. You don't want to experiment too much on Weibo, whereas Bilibili is more like a family community sort of thing. And people like things like, you know, cartoons. People like vlogs. People like to see food. Like there's specific places in there, and there's all these like specific inside jokes.
Yeah,
it's like an inside joke of Bilibili that you cannot use on Weibo, for example. And if you put that in your video, the Bilibili fans are going to appreciate it way more. So sometimes you even have to do two versions of the same video, whereas in one you add guns, like inside jokes of Bilibili, and you add things like, there's extra things that you can do to interact with the video. You can give it a like, you can comment, you can share, but you can like Tobi, you can like you can like, you know, and those things are so specific to Bilibili that they don't make any sense on Weibo. And for someone who's never used Bilibili, it doesn't make any sense. So that way, you putting it in your video, it gives Bilibili the feeling that you're doing it for them, and you're doing the extra effort, the extra mile for them, and that adds to your content a lot. So sometimes we have to do different versions of a video. Well, there was a video game that was made about me.
Oh, really?
Like a WeChat video game, yeah. Whereas it's like my face, and you have to like, there's this like dumplings falling down, and this like niangao and all these like Chinese foods, and you have to like grab it with my mouth. It's like falling, and it's like it has like a slimy consistency, so like sometimes it bounces off my face, and you have to like grab it and stuff. That was pretty fun. That was like really funny. And then, well, I mean, I get messages all the time, and it's weird because I didn't know I was so recognizable. I didn't know my face was so, you know, back in Argentina, I never felt like I was good looking even. I felt like I was just this normal guy. But whereas here, because we, you know, they say you have like a tall nose and like all these things that are so specific that people recognize like that. And also I have a scar here on my face. I wear all these like crazy earrings. And even if I'm like wearing a mask, people recognize me. They go like, holy shit, it's you. And I'm like, how did you recognize me? I'm wearing a mask and a hat, and like, and they go like, I know it's you. I'm like, yes, it's, can we take a picture? And I was sure, yeah. Which is awesome. It's like so cool because I love that. I love to interact with the fans, and I love to give them a picture. I love to give them, you know, like an autograph, whatever they want, you know. But then sometimes, you know, some days, the odd day that you're like really tired and you don't want to talk to people. It's not just the fans. You just don't want to talk to anyone. And you go to the supermarket and you're feeling like you have like, you know, dark circles. You like have a pimple here, and you meet someone and they go like, come and take a picture, and you owe it to them. You cannot treat them different to the guy that you met yesterday when you were in a good mood. I personally think it's not fair to them. So whenever I'm feeling like that, I usually don't go out because I don't want to have to fake that. You know what I mean? It's so much different. So like, you know, for example, if it's a TV show like Informal Talks or like a TV talk show, it's a cooperation with the director. You basically put in what you want to say or like what you think you should say, and then they say, okay, we need to take this out, put this in. Like you work together with the director, you come up with some sort of rough script, and then you basically convey that information. You put that information out there in the show while bringing your charm, bringing your, you know, your good looks, like whatever, you know, bringing it's different. Whereas when you film a vlog, when you film your own content, you don't really have a script. You have a rough idea of what you're gonna say, and you just go with it. You know what I mean? And it's only you. It's all happening here, which makes it really complicated when you're filming yourself and you're like, you finish filming and then you get home and you realize you forgot to film half of what you wanted to film. You're like, why? Because you're busy. Your brain is thinking of all these things at the same time, and it's just crazy. And then the other thing is with TV, someone else edits the whole thing. And it's not only you, it's other people as well. So sometimes your things are not going to end up in the show, whereas you have your own power of what you put in your videos or not. And then TV, it's another, like dramas and like movies, it's another level. It's you have no power of what happens. You are given a script. So you basically learn the script and you go perform, bye, you go back home, which is really cool as well. I really like to do this show called Gunk Your Heart, In Chinese, it's called 陪你到世界之巅. It's with Wang Yibo. The good thing about that is that my character was, I was in the show for longer, so I felt like I could explore my character way more, and I got to interact with everyone in there. Whereas with Angela Baby, I just saw her for the scene. We did the scene and she went out. Whereas I would hang out and eat with all the actors in this other show, and it was more of like a full-on experience, and it was super cool. I was in Hangzhou for like 3 weeks, and it was super cool. And the end result was I'm super satisfied with the way everything looked at the end. I was this bad boy. Like we were playing like Dota, like internet online gaming, e-games, and I was like the best in the world, and I was like kicking the main guy's ass. But then 2 years later, he comes back with a new team and he kicks my ass, and it's like it was super cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so what I would tell anyone who wants to start anything, I would just say, just do it. You know what I mean? If it's your dream, do it. If it's, you know, like I like to get things done. I like people to get things done, and I don't like when people put excuses and like have all these things. Like, no, I'm gonna do it after this, or I'm gonna start my diet on Monday. You're not gonna do it. Just do it now. Do it right now. Sit down and spend 8 hours a day, make it your full-time job, and start doing something. I have a bit of a problem with the whole thinking of people who want to start a business like this as a business idea in China, in Asia. I don't suggest you do that, because that will come out at some point. People are going to be able to see that. Whereas for me, it's just, first I fell in love with China and Chinese food, and then I started doing this. It wasn't my plan all along, and I recommend you really do something that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about Asia, by all means, do it. Go for it. And then, yeah, the other thing, learn the language and understand the culture. Jump into the pool, into the culture pool, and just get, flood your, just get in there and explore and just inhale all of that culture and all that your audience means. And that is the only way you're going to have a healthy long-term relationship with them. I feel like that's the most important part of it all. Just have a passion first. And it's like I would say, like, it's like an analogy with tattoos. The way I see it is, I wouldn't just get a tattoo. I don't want to say, oh, I want to get a tattoo. What do I get? For me, it's the other way around. I love something with so much passion that I want it printed in my skin. You know what I mean? That's how I see this situation. And I would suggest for you to have a passion first about Asia, about food, about, like, I don't know, cars, technology, something, and then build it from there. That would be my suggestion. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my view on these things. And the other thing is that just start doing it. You don't know how to do it, just start making mistakes. Just start, look at tutorials, find other people giving advice, listen to professional advice, and just try, just fuck up. just get in there, you know what I mean? Just start doing things and you'll get better. It's like, if you put like, what was it, 10,000 hours into something, you will eventually master whatever it is that you're doing. So just start doing it. Just become a get shit done person, become a doer. Yeah, I think that was the way it worked for me. I had all these fears and all these things. I could find a million excuses not to start this channel and not to start doing it. People were telling me all the time, like, what are you doing? I didn't even speak the language back then. And I didn't listen. I didn't listen to any of them. I didn't care. I just did it because I had a passion for it, and I trusted myself. And at the beginning, it was terrible. It was really bad content, and then it got better. And then I started understanding more and more, and it got better and better. And now this is where I am. Hard work. And then, yeah, preparation. Just be ready for the opportunities when they come out. And then that's what people call luck. It's not luck. It's you being prepared for when the opportunity arises. But yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. And yeah, I wish you the best. Forza, stay strong, stay healthy, stay inside. And hopefully we can, grab a beer soon, or just at least, have a coffee together or something. All right, man. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.